This program is sponsored by Dave Stahl.
It's time to get educated on your Second Amendment right. It's time to get locked and loaded with 2 full hours of Gun Sports Radio. Your hosts Dave Stahl, Lance Pelkey, and Michael Schwartz will teach you anything and everything there is to know about firearms, self-defense, and the laws that affect your American right to own and bear arms. Visit gunsportsradio.com with your questions and comments, or to learn how to become a sponsor and or guest of the show. Now, here's your hosts, Dave, Lance, and Michael.
All right, folks, welcome back. You are listening to FM 96.1 AM 1170.
The Answer.
And this is Gun Sports Radio, and we really want to thank Lance Pelkey. He made it back from the Orient.
Here I am.
You're kind of the Orient Express all wrapped up in one.
Yep, in the flesh. Made it back. Everything was terrific over there, and I had a great time, and thank you guys. I heard you did a wonderful job while I was gone. Truth be told, I didn't listen to any of the shows.
Well, that's okay. But hey, as long as you had fun, and I noticed Eileen's Kitchen is now cooking Asian food.
She's been cranking it up. So,
and you love it anyway. So this is now I know why you went on that trip, just so you get her to start cooking for you.
Get her cooking.
Well, don't sneeze on us.
Yeah.
Yeah. The media is good at telling you that, it's all bad over there. But
well, of course.
Yeah.
Well, it worked out for you. You had a wonderful time.
Worked out great. Yeah.
So
kept them all away.
Yeah, that's great. We're glad to have you back. We had fun without you, but it was even more fun to have you back. So we were glad to do that.
Thank you.
Hey, folks, don't forget to look for our shows on your favorite podcast platform. It's real simple. It's gunsportsradio.com. That's gunsportsradio.com. Doesn't cost anything. Just click on it. You can listen to lots of the past shows. And don't forget, this is now a 2-hour show thanks to you, the listener. If it hadn't been for you folks, we would still be banging around with 1 hour. But there's so much news and information, we just had to bump it out to 2 hours. So don't go anywhere. But if you have to, you can hear it on gunsportsradio.com. I think it's also on SDO. There you go, county. SDCOG.org.
SDCGO.org.
Yeah, that's the radio shows there. That's right there as well.
Yes.
And if you go there, though, it's going to cost you $10. It's because you have to join, right?
Absolutely, you should join.
Yeah,
well, you should join, but
no, I'm telling you, you got to join.
The secret is
it automatically sucks that $10
That's right.
out of your computer. Hey, folks, Firearms Legal Protection sponsors this first hour, and we can't thank them enough. And they are just a great friend of our show, and they could be a good friend of yours, too. That's Firearms Legal Protection at firearmslegalprotection.com. It's the best legal protection for self-defense. Check them out on their website and see why at firearmslegal.com. Now, do you need to get a CCW class for your San Diego CCW? Want an Arizona, Florida, or other multi-state CCW? Well, visit ccwusa.com. That's ccwusa.com. They offer small class sizes, expert instructions that fit your schedule and your wallet. 3 classes every month, 2 weekend classes, all starting at 8 a.m. Classes fill up quickly, so book now. Private lessons are also available. Great dates and times to meet your busy schedule. Check the website for details. Go to www.ccwusa.com. Hey, folks, we have a very special guest in the house. I guess you could call her our roving reporter. She just came back from the SHOT Show. Did you wear a hat with a little piece of paper in there that said press? Because we're going to get you one. You'd look good with that.
No, I was there on my own dime.
Oh, well.
Representing San Diego County gun owners and a bunch of the other organizations.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, that's a show I would like to go to someday.
All you do is ask.
Yeah, I know. It's the bucket list, and it's just called time out of the day.
Wear comfortable shoes.
Yeah, well, it's just like going to SEMA. It's the same thing. It'll wear you out like nobody's business.
55 miles.
So, is that what you walked? 55 miles.
Jeez.
Nice. Better you than me. No, I'm only kidding. So what were some of the highlights?
Well, as always, there's just all sorts of, cool new gun issues and things like that. A lot of the guns that are being brought out these days seem to be just modifications or improvements on previous ones. The biggest thing that I've been seeing in the last several years is the improvement of the quality of the components, like barrels. Barrels are becoming absolutely amazing. And I talked with, a couple of the composite wound barrels, and they're just absolutely incredible. I mean, they're shooting, some of these barrels are shooting quarter minute of angle all the time.
Wow.
And out of ARs. So
pistol, rifle, shotgun, across the board barrels, or
mostly the ones I was most worried about are rifle barrels. I mean, your handgun, you're not really quarter minute of angle is that important, but just and the people there are just absolutely the best. It's like hanging out with Michael Schwartz all the time. It was 70,000 of them.
Wow, Michael Schwartz times 70,000.
So there was a lot of sitting on a couch and eating ketchup involved.
Okay, well, maybe not
exactly.
at that level.
Any Newskis? Because they always got to have those.
So who did you run into? Who was your favorite?
I got to
connection.
It was funny. I everybody was standing in line for hours to see Chuck Norris, and I just was walking down the hallway, and he walked by, and I said, "Hi, Chuck. I'm not going to take a picture. I just want to say hello." And he's like, "Okay."
He goes, "Now I'm heartbroken."
Yeah. But those guys get pretty well overwhelmed. But I saw just about every top woman competitor there. There were a lot of women in industry events. Cool 1920s party. But just to me, it's just absolutely gratifying. I've been going to the SHOT Show for about 25 years, and the percentage of women involved in other than gun bunny booths, it's just, I mean, these ladies are running companies now, and for real. I mean, they're just not the figurehead.
Right.
There's tons of new opportunities on how to conceal carry. I probably looked at 15 different companies with different concealed carry ideas. I liked a couple more than others, mainly because, the DC Project people we had like 6 meetings and a couple of really, really impressive press conferences. And things.
For DC Project?
DC Project.
That's
what is that?
It's the 50 women from 50. It started out as the 50 women from 50 states that go to the DC every year to advocate put a different face on gun ownership, provide an educational service. Our motto is educate over legislate, or educate, not legislate.
Right.
And so we are the counterpoise to women's demand action. And we tend to go in and have a very mom's demand action. I'm sorry.
Action, yeah.
And we tend to go in and be very professional. We don't scream at anybody. We don't, what was my favorite senator in California said, they come and screech at him. We don't do that. And so we're now expanding that to the state level. And so I made the mistake of sticking my hand up and saying, "Oh, sure, I can help lead that."
I'm not doing anything else.
Yeah, so starting next month, we're going to start making about monthly trips to Sacramento to start seeing our people, especially now because this is bill introduction time. And so I'm trying to get up there. And our local DC Project is ostensibly nonpartisan, kind of like our San Diego County gun owners. Tends to be conservative in the degree that we're supporting the Second Amendment and things like that. But so I've got a lot of connections with the Republican side of the House up in Sacramento, and I've got a couple people that are going to help get into the more liberal or Democratic side of the House.
So for SHOT Show, you said you walked 55 miles, the equivalent of 55 miles in how many days?
63,000 steps
in like
3
days. Jeez. Yeah. So it's not, but it's an industry show, right?
It's a trade show as opposed to a gun show.
So what's the difference?
Okay, well, it's like where Cabela's will go and drop $100 million worth of orders, or
is it open to the public?
It is not open to the public,
just like SEMA.
Right, and SEMA. You have to be in the industry. I've been in the industry for a long time, so I have a company that's been doing that. You can get press credentials and things like that, but they're very picky about it because it was getting to the point that there were a lot of people sneaking in, kind of.
Well, they don't like the press either.
Like SEMA.
Yeah, like
sneaking in like SEMA.
Yeah.
So anyways, it's just a great environment.
Well, it gets in the way of people doing business. If you're a lot of, because the booths are there to sell.
Right.
The industry's there to buy, but then there's like
looky-loos.
Yeah, there's like 20,000 looky-loos that just want to put their fingerprints on everything.
Also known as swag stealers.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Just put out a bowl of something to give away, and
poof, it's gone. So, but it's just it's a great environment. I love it because basically all those companies bring all their technical people. So if I have a question about my Kestrel or how a particular bullet made by Berger, I can talk to the guy that actually designed it.
Right.
And so that's a really, really big plus for me.
And you can see all the suppressors that we can't have, and then
you have no idea, Mike.
Not on the roster that hopefully we could attack one of these days.
Yeah.
We went last year. Gun Sports Radio did go last year and the year before.
Yeah.
So it's terrific.
So I can, anytime you need me to be there, it's on my go every year list because it's where all my my advocacy people collect. We go to
it's almost a meeting place too, a central meeting place when you went from people all
the people that are in the industry are going to go there anyway.
Right.
So we coordinate meetings and try to.
And the year goes by so fast, it's just like you did it yesterday.
Poof.
Yeah, no kidding. It's a big time poof.
How about the NRA show coming up in Nashville? Any interest?
Oh, I'll be there.
You're going to be there, yeah.
Yeah, the Women's Leadership Forum.
You going to go?
I think we're going to go. Gun Sports Radio is probably going to go.
Yeah.
Well, good. You
That's
can
a
pay
big
for my
deal.
ticket. No, I'm kidding. But
Dave can.
He's got his own.
Big bucks. Yeah.
Hey, he's got his own travel agency. You're halfway there.
But the big shows are SHOT Show, the NRA National Convention, which is it's kind of like SHOT for the public.
Yeah.
A lot of this.
So for the listeners that are looking to go, that would be a really good show to go to that you could go to versus the SHOT Show.
All the big guys are there, and we're talking $100,000 booths. I mean, it's like
sure.
Winchester and Remington's booths were bigger than the house that I built.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, you won't get that in California.
Right. But they used to have it.
Oh, yeah, back in the day.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. The horse it rode in on. Well, so anything... Oh, we went past our break. We got to take a little break right now. You're supposed to be in charge of that, Mr. Schwartz.
Yeah, well, we got a great guest coming up, Craig DeLuz's. So don't miss. Don't touch that dial.
Don't touch that dial. This is FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
Welcome back. Gun Sports Radio, FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
Hey, what's the best defense for self-defense in those horrible new red flag laws? Firearms Legal Protection. Mike, Lance, Joe, and I use them. And so does Gina, I bet. Firearms Legal Protection is the legal defense program for lawful gun owners with a 24/7 emergency hotline and plans designed specifically for the firearm owner. Talk to the good folks at Firearms Legal Protection today. That's Firearms Legal Protection at firearmslegal.com. Or you can call them at 469-310-9100, 469-310-9100, or firearmslegal.com. Gun owners, be ready with a lawyer in your corner. California assault weapon laws make it almost impossible to own an AR pattern rifle. What's the solution? Cali Key. It'll convert any mil-spec direct impingement AR platform rifle into a straight pull bolt action rifle so it can have all the features without being considered an assault weapon. It's a true drop-in solution. No milling, no aesthetic modifications, no turning off your gas system. Keep your entire AR collection intact at a price you can afford with Cali Key. Check out Cali Key at CaliKey.com. That's CaliKey.com. Home mortgage interest rates have been dropping, as you know. And if you're looking to buy, refi, or even thinking about a reverse mortgage, call a local mortgage guy that you can trust. Call Chris Wiley at PRMI Mortgage. For nearly 25 years, Chris has been helping local San Diegans with all their mortgage needs. Call Chris at 619-722-1303 or just go to primeres.com/Alpine and tell them the gang at Gun Sports Radio sent you. All right, so Michael, who have you got as a special guest today?
Very special guest. A lot of people probably know him from a lot of different places. He's all over the place. He's been a voice and a face and a representative of gun owners for years here in California. Mm-hmm. And he has a relatively new project that he is a big part of. He is the publisher of 2A News, so I'm very happy and proud to welcome Craig DeLuz to the show. Craig, you there?
Hey, Craig.
I am here. It is a pleasure to join you guys today.
Hi, Greg.
Thanks for being here. So tell us about 2A News.
Well, okay, so one of the things I notice is and you guys know this, whenever you go and you read in the media about what's going on with whatever story, 90% of the time, the mainstream media gets it wrong. And even when you're looking at, conservative media that generally supports the Second Amendment, almost half the time they tend to get the stories wrong, or at the very least, they underreport very important stories. And there's only a handful of outlets out there where really you can find out detailed stuff about what's going on various different issues. I've attended for years this event put on by the Second Amendment Foundation called the Firearms Policy Conference.
Yeah, last year was in Arizona, right?
Yes, last year it was in Arizona. This year it will be in Orlando, Florida. But it's really kind of a gathering of the people who are advocating, whether it's in the media, through podcasts, blogs, and writers, or people who are actually advocating at the city, state, and local levels. I found that I learn more about what's going on at GRPC from those individuals than I learned reading all of the mainstream media stuff. So I wanted to have an outlet where I could work with those folks, bring them together, and take the content that they're already putting out and bring it together and put it together in one space, where other people who are interested and want to know what's going on with Second Amendment advocacy around the country can see and hear and get what I go to the Gun Rights Policy Conference. And so that led me to the launching of 2A News. It's 2A. Their website is 2anews.us. You can find us on Facebook, which is also a great place to find everything that we're doing, because we also share a lot of stuff that's coming from other news and media sources.
So 2anews.us is the website if people want to follow you guys and read. It's 2anews.us.
Exactly. For me, it's not just about. I'm not just interested in learning about the technology of firearms, but it's also, I believe, it's important for us to understand the policy, because as what's happening, if you watch in states across the country, the Californication of gun laws in other states is becoming more and more prevalent.
Yeah.
And I say that as a person who lives in California.
Yeah. Yep. It really is. I for years, I and you and everybody, we've been screaming to the other states out there and the people who are thinking of leaving California. We've been screaming at the top of our lungs that, hey, you got to stay here and turn this stuff around right here in California. It's not, the Colorado River isn't going to stop this stuff. We have to stop it here before it spreads. And now it's spreading. Now you see Virginia. Now you see horrible laws in Oklahoma and Texas and places that people never thought would turn.
Exactly. And that's in part because what's happening is people are leaving California. And it's not just people who don't like the politics. In many cases, it's people who just simply can't afford to live here anymore. They're going to where the jobs are. And the challenge is that there's a disconnect between the politicians that they choose to support and the policies that have forced them to have to leave their state. So the problem is they leave California, they go to these other states, and they take their stinking thinking with them.
Yeah. Okay, so 2A News, is it? Tell me about if you go to 2anews.us. Who are you going to find? Who authors the articles, or is it how does it work? What kind of articles and what kind of authors are you going to find?
You're going to find content from folks like the Gun Collective, Slow Facts blog, No Lawyers Only Guns and Money. All people who have either their own blogs, their own radio programs, the Polite Society podcast, Arms Room Radio. All people who have their own outlets, you're just going to find that information in one place, as well as a reporting of news stories and things that are going on across the country.
Interesting. So it sounds like it's kind of an aggregate site for all these different Second Amendment and gun writers for one place, one-stop shopping, so you can read all of them at the same time.
Exactly. It's the sort of thing that when I'm looking to study what's going on in gun policy across the country, it's the sort of resource that I wish I had.
Yeah.
So I figure I'm doing I'm bringing all this stuff together in the work that I'm doing with groups like the Firearms Policy Coalition or Florida Carry. So it gives me a chance to really, once again, bring it all together and make it a resource for other folks as well.
So it's 2anews.us. Not .com, .us. Okay, great. So one thing I want to talk about, something I'm very excited about, is, we have Orange County Gun Owners, which is patterned after San Diego County Gun Owners, same mission, same purpose, same structure, but different organization up in Orange County. They saw what we were doing in San Diego and got real excited and said, hey, we want that up here. And on March 28th, we're having our Second Amendment celebration dinner for Orange County at the Orange Hill Restaurant. You can find out more information by going to orangecountygunowners.com or go to gunprom.com. There's information there at gunprom.com. Very happy and excited to announce that Craig DeLuz is our keynote speaker this year. So thank you very much, Craig, for doing that. Tell us a little bit, what kind of things are you going to be talking about, or what are you looking forward to most?
Well, the main thing that I want to talk about is the importance of the type of work that they're doing. You know this, and I say this all the time. A lot of people, and I've worked for a larger gun rights organization, and one of the things I always get is I get people coming and saying, well, why don't you guys do this, or why don't you guys do that, or why don't you guys do this? And the most effective thing in any movement is, if you see a need, fill it. Instead of waiting for someone else, I believe that God gives someone a vision, and that vision is for them. There's not a reason why they can't be involved. They can't get engaged, because everybody can't be active on every front. And that's what you guys have done at San Diego Gun Owners. And that's why you've been so effective. You didn't wait for FPC or the NRA or CRPA to do it. You guys got together and you started doing it yourselves. And that's the same exact thing that's happening in Orange County. Some of the organizations have a challenge with competition. I happen to believe that the more people, the better. The more organizations, the better. The more competition, the better. Because the rising tide raises all ships.
Raise all ships, yeah.
That's what I firmly believe. And I believe everybody's fighting together, realizing that we're a team and not necessarily adversaries is the best way for us.
Yeah, I agree. And I can't thank you enough for coming to be our keynote speaker. I'm really looking forward to it. The guys up there are really excited. They're really happy that you're going to be a part of this dinner. You've been supportive of all of our grassroots efforts from day one, and I really appreciate that. So check out 2anews.us. Also, Coffee with Craig, right, on Facebook. They can find you on Facebook, right?
Facebook and YouTube. Just look up Morning Coffee with Craig.
Yep. It's an outstanding show. Craig's an outstanding guy. And Craig, I can't thank you enough for being on the show today, man. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate you having me, and I'm looking forward to hanging out with you guys in Orange County.
All right, my friend.
All right, folks, we're going to take a small break. You're listening to FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
Guten Tag, lieben Glauben, Globen.
All right, folks, welcome back. You're listening to Gun Sports Radio, FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
Have you been to A.O. Sword Firearms in El Cajon? They've got the widest selection of guns in San Diego County with over 600 unique guns in stock, including hundreds of used guns. Go see their full-service experienced gunsmith. They can do everything from mild repairs to full custom firearms. A.O. Sword Firearms store is located at 929 East Main Street in the city of El Cajon. Go to their website at aosword.com, or you can call them at 619-749-4867. Build, buy, or repair. A.O. Sword Firearms is your go-to place for all things firearms. That's aosword.com, or give them a call at 619-749-4867. And this segment is brought to you by Gatsky, Dillon & Balance, LLP. Go to cafirearmslaw.com, or you can call John direct at 760-431-9501. Hardest working gun lawyer in the county and country. Hopefully we got John Dillon on the line.
No, John.
What do you mean, no John Dillon? Oh, man. See, Gina, and you were going to leave. It's all right, Michael. We don't have a John Dillon.
We'll just have to figure something else out then.
I think we will.
So we should talk about concealed carry then.
Look at that. They're all smoking through their phones because John didn't call.
Yeah, what happened to John?
I don't know. He's probably working on your lawsuit.
Well, that lawsuit's pretty big, so he probably is. You know, they're going to hear, for those who don't know, San Diego County gun owners, all our members, and are named plaintiffs, as well as some specific members like Jim Miller and Wendy Hoffman. I forget who else. There's a bunch of people that we're suing the state for the assault weapons ban, and we got the same judge as the magazine decision. Oh. So they're going to hear the arguments first week of February.
Yeah, that's what John was saying last week.
So I'm sure he's working his
little fingers to the bone.
There you go. Now, we're not going to get a decision for months.
Oh, of course not.
Maybe like, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 months, something like that. I think.
No, that only happens in impeachments.
But you know what? We should ask John now that he has called in.
Are you here, John?
Hey, how's it going, guys? Sorry I'm late.
Look at that. That Tesla battery does work. I'm impressed.
I was in the office today doing a little work. So
we just were talking about that. We said you're busy as a one-legged man in a butt-kicking contest.
Yeah, it's been a busy 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Most recently, I know last time I was on here, I talked about both the cases a little bit that I'm working on. One is Jones v. Becerra. It's the under 21 ban in California. And then there's the Miller v. Becerra, which is the assault weapon ban challenge. So update on those. The Jones v. Becerra under 21 case, we, the plaintiffs, we filed our reply brief with regard to our motion for preliminary injunction. That was filed this last Friday. And essentially, in that case, in the way that motion is being heard, there's not going to be any oral argument on that motion. So the reply brief was the final, piece of paperwork that goes to the court before they review everything and make their determination. So as of this point, it's just a wait and see with regard to the preliminary injunction in that case. But all the papers are in, all the evidence is in.
So we're not going to have to wait a few months for a decision? I mean, there may be some kind of decision on an injunction in the next couple of weeks?
There's no way to predict when the decision's going to be made. The judge, he has a lot of evidence and paperwork to review, especially on our end. We filed an extensive, exhaustive historical analysis regarding age restrictions in the United States when it comes to firearms. I think we're close to about 1,500, 2,000 pages of stuff.
Wow.
So, it was a big motion that we filed initially. So a lot of stuff for the court to go over. So I can't predict, when the decision will come out. But that's the only thing we're waiting for. We're just waiting for a decision on the preliminary injunction. Now, if that preliminary injunction is granted, then that means the law will be, enjoined or put on pause while we proceed to trial and we proceed throughout the case. So that means if it were to be enjoined, then legal young adults 18 to 20 can go and do a background check and purchase a firearm if they want to. But we'll see.
Yeah, we actually it was interesting. Not exactly the same thing, but yesterday we had a shooting social for the UCSD Marksmanship Club, and they get 50 rounds. Then once they're through with 50 rounds, they're welcome to go and buy more ammunition if they want and keep shooting. And we realized that we're running into a problem because most of them weren't 21. So we got to figure out some kind of workaround for that. It's just unbelievable. A 20-year-old adult can't buy ammunition for to use on a range with an educated, safe mentor. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, well, and the craziest thing about this is the ban. Even if an adult living on their own, 18, 19, 20 years old, goes in, and if they were to take a background check, do the background check, they would pass it with flying colors, no issues. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you pass the background check in California when it comes to purchasing a firearm. You just can't buy it if you're under 21. And it's an insane law. It does not do anything to promote safety. So the reason we sued and the reason that we challenged it, because it is an unconstitutional ban on legal law-abiding adults.
Nice. How much can you say about the plaintiff in the case? So are you able to kind of just give us a little brief on who the plaintiff is, or?
We have a number of plaintiffs in the case, but they're all young adults, ages 18 to 20, and they all went in to either a gun show or to a gun shop intending to purchase a firearm for self-defense and any other purpose, and they were all denied because the gun shops. This is the thing about this law is section 27.510. It actually prohibits dealers from transferring or giving control or possession of any firearm to someone who's 18 to 20. So the specific regulation prohibits the dealers from doing these transfers. In essence, though, through that action, they ban young adults from acquiring firearms. And so each one of them was told, nope, can't sell you a firearm. Don't even bother. You can't even do a background check because even if you pass, we can't give one to you. You can't buy one. And so, yeah.
Well, I'm glad they stood up.
Terrible.
Yeah, and a lot of them were just, when they walked in, the first time they even found out about the restriction. And they're just kind of baffled that that was the law.
Hey, John, just for our listeners, how does that work with members of the military? Say you're a 20-year-old Marine or something out here.
Well, yeah, the funny thing, so there is an exception for active military, but, unless you're already in the military, to call that an exception to the law is, pretty absurd in the sense that if I want to go buy a gun for self-defense, I live on my own, I'm a 20-year-old adult, I would have to join the military, sign a contract, take an oath, go to boot camp, go and experience all sorts of training and testing over years, and potentially be deployed to war in order to go buy a shotgun for self-defense. I mean, so there is active military exceptions, but unless you're already in the military, it's not an exception. It's an illusion. Same thing with law enforcement. They allow law enforcement to be able to purchase a firearm. But, majority of the law enforcement agencies in this state, they require that you're 21 in order to become law enforcement. A lot of agencies don't even allow you to apply until you're 20 years old.
So that's what I was going to say. In the military, too, by the time you went through all that training, you'd be 21. Wouldn't matter.
Yeah, so there's all these issues where, the state says, we have all these exemptions to the law that makes it constitutional and legal. But the problem is that these exemptions are illusions. They're literally there to mask the ban. And we've gone into detail in our motion about how these are illusory exemptions. They're not real. And, again, one of the great things, interesting tidbit is they went further and restricted the law with regard to semi-automatic centerfire rifles. And we're not talking about assault weapons. We're just talking about any semi-automatic rifle.
Yeah.
So even if you get a hunting license, even if you enter the military and then are honorably discharged from the military and honorably retire from the military, you still can't buy a semi-automatic rifle. So it has nothing to do with training, because, you know, when you're active in the military, they say you can buy whatever gun you want. There's no restriction on rifles or anything like that. But if you then are honorably retired, you magically can't buy one again. And again, the fact that honorably retired are exempt from the law, like, most people are going to be well over the age of 21 when they honorably retire from the military.
Well, it's another example of gun owners compromising and say, okay, we'll let you restrict rights, to adults under 21. Just don't abuse it. And they abused it, so now we're taking it back.
Yeah, and again, the fundamental case that all of these age restrictions are based off of is the NRA v. ATF case out of the Fifth Circuit, and it's scary when you look at the background and the record that the court used to make their ruling upholding the federal handgun ban for under 21, 18 to 20. First of all, they refer to British Loyalist laws, Black Slave Code laws, and blacks, free slaves, and Indians from owning guns. And because they claim that those show a history of denying firearms to non-virtuous people, that they can now deny firearms to people that are 18 to 20. It's an absurd fundamental basis of their argument. And the other thing that they rely on is, actually incorrect historical records. And it's one thing that we really focused on the case is correcting that historical record and showing that, there were no age-based firearm restrictions up through the Jacksonian period, like from the beginning colonial period through the Jacksonian era.
Jesus. Hey, did you just run over something a few minutes ago?
I know. Slow down, John.
Sound like you ran over somebody.
Well, there was actually an accident right in front of me, and some people were home.
Oh, very good. All right. You're a lawyer. Go out there and do your job. We got to let you go, buddy.
Have a good one, guys.
All right. Hey, it's always good talking to you, folks. Gatsky, Dillon, and Balance, LLP. Check them out. Hey, this is FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
Folks, welcome back. You're listening to Gun Sports Radio, FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
Have you got Brendan on your music list? Because he seems to be playing a lot of your music.
He's rocking out.
He's on my list, actually.
He's on your list.
I might give him a T-shirt.
That's it.
Bribery and graft go far on this show.
Hey, what's the best defense for self-defense? Those horrible red flag laws. Firearms Legal Protection. Mike, Lance, Joe, and I, we use them. Firearms Legal Protection is a legal defense program for lawful gun owners with a 24/7 emergency hotline and plans designed specifically for the firearm owner. Talk to the good folks at Firearms Legal Protection today. That's Firearms Legal Protection at firearmslegal.com, or you can call them at 469-310-9100, 469-310-9100, or firearmslegal.com. Gun owners, be ready with a lawyer in your corner. This segment is brought to you by the Gun Range of San Diego, the Nordstroms of gun ranges, 7853 Balboa Avenue in San Diego, 10 to 10, 7 days a week. Go to www.thegunrangesandiego.com, thegunrangesandiego.com.
I'm pointing to Dave because
Don't do that.
I know I'm jacking you up because we got my brother Jason Stevens on the line. Casey is in his Jeep somewhere out there in
the
East
woods?
County, and he's just being a Marine.
Yeah,
it's
that's
great.
nothing wrong
It's
with
really,
that.
really good.
So we got Jason.
Yeah, we got Jason. Hey. Jason, brother,
Hey, what's going on?
There he is.
on there, Jason?
I did a drive-by on Jason
fine.
before I came to the show.
Oh, yeah. But,
we were chatting.
The rule of thumb on radio, when you want to speak, you raise your finger. So I'm trying to do this commercial, and Lance is going, more air.
I'm messing with us.
See what happens when you send him to the Middle East?
No, hey, he went to Asia.
Oh, the Asia. That's right, Asia.
Whatever.
Same thing.
It's all
Far East.
It's over there somewhere.
It's still a long airplane
Middle
ride.
Asia.
So I do a drive-by on the Gun Range San Diego and go see my brother Jason. Man, you guys are just busy.
Yeah, it was crazy busy earlier. It's been busy all day, which is good. Keeps things moving.
It really does. So what's happening down there on the gun sales and things like that, or what kind of things are happening with the system nowadays when people try and buy ammo? Is that all
ammunition?
Working?
You got the whole ammo thing. Yeah, it took a little while to get it down, but we kind of worked out all the kinks, how to streamline the process. When you purchase ammo, first thing we need to do is figure out if somebody's purchased a firearm in California, if they registered a firearm in California in the last 4 or 5 years or so. If they have not done so, it's a $19 fee. We have to collect for the state. We run the check, and then we don't find out if we can give you the ammo for a couple days up to about a week or two.
Wow, I didn't know that.
That's how it is.
Look at all the stuff we have to go through just because we're legal residents. We do all this stuff, and it's just like if you're gonna why don't they take all the cars away just because they think we're all going to be drunk drivers? But no,
Apparently, yeah. If you have purchased a gun in the last 5 years or so. It's easier. It's still it's still a little thing you got to do. It's a $1 fee. You find out if you're good to go right away. You take the ammo home right then.
Yeah.
It's just $1 and 5 minutes of your time.
But people find out about this, and also too. I mean, you have all those disclaimers about having the the California driver's license, the real ID thing on top of that.
You're absolutely right. You got to have if you have a federal limits apply ID, you have to have a U.S. passport or birth certificate in order to prove that you're a citizen of the United States.
So that's an important, that's something that comes up a lot, Jason. So if you have a driver's license that's not, quote unquote, a real ID, so it has a little thing up at the top right corner that says federal limits apply, you can still purchase a firearm, but you have to bring in your passport and your birth certificate. Is that the deal?
Yeah, one of the two. Yeah, either your passport or a U.S. passport or a U.S. birth certificate. Or if you're a green card holder, that too. It's to prove what your citizenship status is. So you do have to have one of those things if you do have a federal limits apply ID, and that can be found at the top right corner of a California ID or driver's license. Now, if it doesn't have that, if it's the older one, then that's totally cool too. That works just like the real ID. It's grandfathered in.
I just think our listeners should be outraged that they have to go through all this stuff. Yeah. And not only that, but as Dave said, they need to go to Mike's website, San Diego County Gun Owners, and hear that sucking sound of the $10. What a little bit of money to go a long way to vent your outrage against all the stuff that we have to do. And Mike, you were mentioning earlier too about the UCSD Marksman Club. They shoot up their rounds, and now they want to go buy some, and they find out, I can't because I'm under 21. That's a teaching moment.
Yeah,
that's a teaching moment. They should be outraged also, they should be signing up right there.
They were. None of those students are criminals, but they were stopping them.
Yeah, but
what's the point?
What a
We're
teaching
not stopping
moment.
Criminals,
right?
So instead of saying, "Hey, go buy me a 6-pack of beer," now you got to go buy me a box of ammo. I mean, much as I hate to say it,
really.
I can see the guy outside gun range saying, "Hey, man, any chance you can buy me a box of 9mm?"
Right. Man in a trench coat.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Hey, man, I need some bullets, man.
So stupid.
But. Yeah.
And then, Jason, were you? I'm sorry, I missed it this morning for the 10 ring members.
It was awesome.
Yeah. So, Mike, tell us about that. So, you were at Gun Range San Diego this morning. They opened up early.
Opened up 2 hours early. Casey was there running the joint. He was wearing his regular uniform, not his red, white, and blue onesie. But he.
Okay.
Anyway, it was great. They'll open up early for you. They, charge a fee. It's like a private event. And we had our 10-ring members come in and shoot pistols, rifles, shotguns. Gina was there, one of our valued 10-ring members. She brought a bunch of cool toys, and they just take really, really good care of us.
And then what's it take to be a 10-ring member for San Diego County Gun Owners?
10-ring membership is our highest level of membership. Comes with a lot of benefits, and it is $1,000 a year or $100 per month to be a 10-ring member.
And I know I'm a 10-ring member, and it's a fantastic thing. And you've got the gun prom coming up, and so
yep. You could actually there are table sponsorship levels that come with a 10-ring membership too. So check that out at gunprom.com.
It's a big deal. So Jason, what time did you get there today?
Guys got here too.
Oh, nice! So you missed all the festivities this morning. So I'm catching you. You're the 2 to 10 crowd tonight.
Yep. Oh yeah, I'm the swing shift. I shut the place down.
Yeah, that's terrific.
Shut the place down at the end of the night.
So you guys still have that Glock 19 special going, don't you? Don't you still have a couple of those
We sure
left?
do. Today is actually the last day. It is $50 off of our already very low price. This is the last day you can take advantage of it. We've got about 9 or 10 left. So this is the time to come in, folks.
Yeah, if you, so you're not allowed to tell us exactly what that price is, but I saw it, and it is the cheapest I've ever seen a Glock 19. If you're not out, I can't believe you guys have 9 left. San Diego County, you guys need to go out and buy a Glock 19. I mean, this is the cheapest you're ever going to see it. So
it is.
Yeah. Well, and everybody should have a Glock.
Yeah. Why not?
Why not?
Yeah, that is the toughest gun on the market.
It is. Well, it is. I mean,
especially for the
plenty
price
of parts and all that kind of stuff. So.
Oh, yeah, lots of highly modifiable, very, very modular gun. Everybody likes to trick them out, whether for a competition, concealed carry. This is it's definitely the best all-around option, for all of the above.
Well, plus it could sit in an evidence locker instead of your $3,000 really nice gun if it has to, unfortunately. Yeah. So, that's good too. So, anyway.
Definitely.
Groovy, baby. Any other tips for us today?
Just make sure if you anybody listening, make sure if you have a California ID with a federal limits apply notice on the top right corner, just make sure you get your U.S. passport or U.S. birth certificate handy so that you can purchase ammo or a gun.
And I want to also emphasize, too, that because we have a lot of podcasters all over the United States and that, be ready. So you think these California gun laws, like Mike was talking about, you're going to escape and they're, whatever. No, they're coming your way too.
That's right.
So,
hey, by the way, we were talking about the 10 ring with San Diego County gun owners. Gun Range San Diego has something like that too.
Oh, we do have a like a semi, kind of a more informal IPSEC kind of shooting session I want to say once a month. I haven't done it myself, but it does look like a lot of fun. We actually set up little walls and with windows and everything in the range. You can actually move about and shoot. It is timed and it's a lot of fun.
And also, Dave was talking about that.
I was talking about
the memberships like Gold Member and stuff like that. Which
Oh yeah.
Gold Member.
Gold Member. Yeah, that's awesome.
Bronze, gold. That's what you got to do. If you shoot, it's all set up so that if you come
memberships
just 2-3 times a month, it's already paid for itself.
And you clean guns if you join.
Every day.
Yeah, we know that.
That's right.
We know that. All right, buddy. Hey, it's always great talking to you, folks. Brought to you by the Gun Range San Diego. Check the website out. They're the Nordstroms of gun ranges, just not the price.
Right there on Balboa.
Right there. Customer service is their goal.
Love your show, baby.
All right, man. Take care. Have a nice evening and lock her down tonight at 10 o'clock.
Stick around for the second hour.
Yeah, don't go anywhere. Don't touch that dial. FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
This program is sponsored by Dave Stahl.